What's up, guys? Powerbang here, and I'm bringing you guys the next strategy guide for the channel. This is something we've been doing for quite some time, basically ever since the Town Hall 11 update came out, and it is the Quad Quake Go Ho. What you're going to see is 4 Quake spells go down to open up the guts of a base, right? And the difference in this style of attack is that you're doing a deeper push, you're tanking the defenses on the backside of the base, and you're also able to trigger all of the double giant bombs in the base many times, and the times that you can't, oftentimes you're able to take out the pathing to that rear set of giant bombs. So the Quad Quake Go Ho differs from a regular Go Ho in spell composition. Instead of a poison spell that you'd request from your teammates in the clan castle, you're actually going to get a Quake spell instead, and pair that with 3 of your own Quake spells, and left over you're going to have a Rage spell, which you'll use for your kill squad, and then you will have 2 heal spells for your hogs. Now, the beauty of this method of attacking is you're able to send in an extremely tanky kill squad. It's going to consist of 3 golems, a stoned entry. Those 3 golems will get into the core. You're going to want to send them on a path that's going to disrupt all of the giant bombs, if at all possible, as well as the clan castle troops and the archer queen. Now, once that stuff is accomplished and you're sitting there in the middle of the base, as a bonus effect, you're going to be tanking all of the defenses that are kind of around the core, so to speak. And that's going to make it really, really easy for your hogs to get in there from the backside and take out the rest of the base. So let's go ahead and watch. Dozer's going to do the normal entry here from the right side of the base, and something that you'll notice with the stoned entry is that you can spread your golems pretty wide. The first thing he does is drop that golem up around 3 o'clock, and he uses wizards and minions where there's no air targeting defenses to go ahead and take care of the funnel. So next golem goes down, and you're going to see wizards and minions again take out those trash buildings, and then the earthquake spell is going to go down when the funnel's created and you're ready to kind of enter the base. Now we'll pause here and check out the path that has been opened up into this base. Now, one thing that we wanted to do from a scouting perspective is kind of look at each base. You know, I paused it a little bit into this one, but just pay attention to where the double giant bombs could be. There's really only a few spots that, you know, is possible here. One of them being between the cannon and the expo there up against the wall. Another between the expo and the air sweeper. And then over on the other side, you've got the expo and the builder hut. Everything else is kind of in the outer ring of the base and doesn't make, you know, an extreme amount of sense. But the goal here is to send in that stuff, you know, and really get in there to the middle of the base, disrupt all of those giant bombs, and take the hazard away from your hogs. So the third golem goes down once you are ready to kind of enter the base. It goes in as a full health, max level golem. So it goes into the base, and as you can see, the rage spell is now used for the kill squad. Queen's taken care of. Clan Castle is going to hold him up a little bit more than he would like, because that king and his queen normally would have taken out the clan castle by now and kind of pushed into the base. But as you can see, the golems clear that second giant bomb location. Nothing is there, but that still, you know, is valuable, because now he knows where he has to concentrate heals for hogs, or where he has to get to in order to trigger. So the queen has kind of gone off to the side a little bit, but here's the beauty of this strat. He uses a heal spell. He's going to get his first group of hogs through the initial portion of this base. Most of that quad Tesla farm was focused on his golem. He's able to easily get through it, probably even overcommitted with his hogs. But now he sends in the second group, and they're coming down the side of the base, and there's a little runway here. And check out the heal spell there. He's able to kind of drop it, and then he gets into the final few defenses there. Everything's kind of, you know, healed up to full. And then he's going to send in a couple balloons. The balloons are, you know, not necessary. They're, you know, something that he did specifically for this base. But that's where this strat differs, guys, is in that final heal spell. Because before, when you did a quad quake, you were limited to then 2 spells. And you could either rage the kill squad and then end up with 1 heal spell, which oftentimes just wasn't enough. Or you could try to do 2 heal spells, and your kill squad didn't really get the push that you needed to disrupt those bombs and really make it an effective strategy. So let's check out some more raids, guys, with this Quad Quake Go Ho, and you're going to see exactly how this can be effective. Even if you screw up, or if things don't go quite as planned, it's still very valuable. We're going to find out how. All right, so in this base, Danny Mo is going to come at it, and he basically has scouted it to, you know, all of the stuff on the outside. Really doesn't make sense for double giant bomb positions. simply because in a cleanup attack, it's just so easy to send in 3 or 4 hogs, take out one building, and then trigger them, and it's no longer a threat. So what you're looking at is kind of the inner compartments of the base, and there's really only two spots that make sense. The first is between the X-bow and either the sweeper or the air defense, probably the air defense there, so that's kind of where you'd scout the first set. The other set being between the X-bow and the air sweeper on the far side. Now, where's the queen in relation? The queen's kind of towards that left side, the bottom side there. So he's actually chosen to come at this base from the bottom left. We'll start the raid, and you're going to see the same thing happen here. He's going to do a nice little spread on his golems, create the funnel with his wizards and potentially a minion, and that will allow him to get a nice little funnel created and then head into the base. Now notice, no wall breakers needed because he's scouted a spot where he can use a quad quake spell to open up those walls, and that's going to allow the golems to head into the base. Notice he gets the outer portion of the wall with those quake spells, and make sure to land it on the inner portion as well. That opens up a path to the double bomb sets, to the queen. And I'll pause it here just for a moment, guys. He sends in that third golem from the clan castle to head in front of his heroes. That is important. But as that clan castle approaches, he gets the rage spell down, and that rage spell is there because you do not have a poison spell. It does two things. It helps you quickly get rid of the clan castle troops and push through them, but it also helps those golems, which are going to ignore the clan castle troops, really slice through the defense and press further and further into the base before they actually die off. So as the golems push through, you're going to notice that they're immediately going to take out the sweeper, head to the X-bow, and at this point, once that X-bow goes down, notice how quick it's going down. Golem goes ahead, gets a double bomb trigger. The king locks onto the queen, takes her out, and the queen takes care of the clan castle troops, and at this point, he's able to start sending in hogs from the left side. Now, we know where that second double bomb set is, and he has pathed his hogs so that a very small group is going to go ahead and pre-trigger the double bomb set for him. He even heals accordingly to heal that top group because he knows the bottom will be sacrificed. They head off, and only 2 hogs die to the double bomb. And at this point, guys, we'll pause it. He's got 6 hogs left in the bag. He drops a giant on the right over here, and that's going to protect his hogs. And then notice the other buildings are still focused on his kill squad. So that's really, really helpful. That means that they're not, focusing his hogs as they come in. And there's that heal again, guys. That last heal that kind of puts this strategy over the top and makes it extremely effective. It's there for you, man. So you can kind of use the first heal to get you through the initial clump of DPS in the base. And then you've got that last heal to kind of get you all the way home. So the hogs finish up cleaning up the base. Another 3-star. So nice job to Danny Mo. Let's take a look at 2 more, and we will call it a day. All right, so in this base, it's going to be hit by Empty Burns, and Empty has scouted this to where if there are 2 double giant bomb sets, one of them looks almost certainly like it will be between the air defense and the air sweeper here. The reason for that is because it's away from the archer queen, guys, and most traps, spring traps, bombs, etc., you will find them away from the archer queen because simply putting it next to her, that just makes it too easy for a king that's going in or a golem that's going in to take out, some traps on the way to the queen. So he decides that is a spot that is highly likely. Another spot is going to be here. So he's going to try to take out both of those inner compartments at the same time. And if you look at the outer rings, there's really only a couple that, might have a double bomb. The other compartment where there could be one is this one. So that's where he's going to choose to enter. He wants to travel through all of those potential locations with his kill squad. And again, guys, 3 golems and then 4 quakes, one of which will come from your clan castle troops donation. So we'll start it here, and we're going to watch Empty Burns as he brings in first the quake to open up the compartment, and then he brings in a wide set golem. It actually is a little bit too wide as it goes to the mortar over here. Unfortunately, that cannon locks onto his test wall breaker, and he sends a hog in to tank for the remaining wall breakers, which is very, very smart. Gets everything in, and then that third golem's going to come down to go ahead and provide some tanking deep into this base. So the heroes go down at this point. The king comes down, and everything goes into the base. We're going to see a lava hound come out here, which is not ideal because it does hold up your troops for a while. But the nice thing is your king, your Valkyries, if you have them, they ignore hounds. So it's really nice. So the king and the golems in this scenario just power right through. They head in, start taking defenses out, clearing a double bomb spot there before getting to the queen, where they take out the queen as well. So the queen's down, 1 double bomb spot's taken care of, the clan castle's dead, so in come the hogs at this point. And as you can see, half of the base is taken care of. So you can basically dedicate 1 heal per quadrant Since you have 2 remaining in the bag, he drops 1 on this first section there. Expos are a great spot to go ahead and use those heal spells. As you can see, he does eat a bomb there. The queen has triggered the other double bomb up top. So now we know 2 single bombs. He's gotten both of those triggered. He just got one there on the air defense. And check this out, guys. This golem right here is being shot at by the archer tower, as well as the top defenses here. When they head up this way, the hog is going to die that they're focused on here. And once that hog dies, notice the amount of attention that the archer tower and the cannon pay to those golems, and that allows a very small group of hogs to go ahead and finish this base off. Beautiful job here from Empty. That is why you guys bring the 3 golems, as they provide tanking for quite a long time in the base, and if you get far enough in, it's going to help tank the back row of defenses on the far side of the base, just like you saw here. So that's why this strategy is extremely effective, and having that second heal spell in addition to that rage spell for your kill squad, extremely huge. So very, very valuable strat. Let's look at one more, and I'll explain why we do this quad quake versus jumps. All right, guys, so here we are on number 40. This is one of the lowest bases, but it's one of our lowest guys hitting it. And what you're going to see here is, obviously the queen is on the right side of the base, so that's kind of going to make sense to enter from over here. The earthquake spell can go down right in this compartment over the air defense and really open up about everything. The double bomb spots in this base, very few of them, but this between the air defense and the mortar there, that's a potential spot. If you head through there with the quad quake, we'll eliminate it for sure. One that seems almost certain where there will be a double bomb is between the expo and the air defense, because that's also an interior compartment, and that will likely be triggered as well, because the quad quake's going to go down right in the middle. Now, the other 2 spots, which are less likely, but there could be giant bombs there, are going to be between the mortar and the air defense over here on the left, and then on the top side between the air sweeper wizard tower and that mortar up there. So basically, by planting all of your kill squad troops in the middle, and as long as you have tanking power, giving your archer queen the ability to trail in and start taking out all those side buildings, she's going to be able to eliminate the pathing to a lot of those areas, so the hogs don't even have to path there. Now, this is important because a lot of people think that because they can't pre-trigger a bomb set, that they shouldn't use a particular strategy. Well, that's not necessarily the case. As long as you can eliminate the pathing to those bombs, they are essentially neutralized all the same, and you can go ahead and continue with the strategy just as effectively as if you had walked a golem right over the top of those bombs. Now, we use a quake here instead of a jump, because a lot of times when your golems have to divert into these side compartments when you open them up with either a jump spell or a quake spell, they take a while to get through these buildings, and eventually those buildings do go down and they will have to go to the next one. Now, when you use a jump spell, oftentimes the 40 seconds that you have at Town Hall 9 with a max level jump spell will wear off before those golems can actually redirect to a new compartment and provide tanking for that backside, so your hog riders are protected. If you use a quake spell, it opens the base up permanently, and those golems are able to continue on their path whenever they get around to it. Because as you can see, when they divert to the side, that doesn't necessarily, that doesn't mean that they're done with their job. They're going to continue on, and I'll play this one here because we'll see them kind of go off to the right side by the queen, and then they're, they'll eventually get to that back side and take out a double bomb here. So we'll check that out closely. Minion goes down to funnel, and then he's going to drop a nice spread there on his golems and then send in test wall breaker and eventually the rest of the wall breakers. So he wall breaks in, and now notice the path that he has going in. Once he gets this point defense taken down with the wizards, now his golems redirect. He's got all 3 golems going in now, and then he gets the cannon taken down, and now he's got, skeleton traps being triggered. Everything's looking good. Rage spell goes down for the kill squad. Now, as they head in, the key things that we're looking to do here is we want to take down this mortar. That means that he can start the hogs on this side over at the air defense, and they will never path across the potential double bomb there. The other thing we're looking to do is take down this mortar over here. That will also eliminate the pathing over the other giant bomb, and then also he wants to get into the base far enough to trigger that bomb set between the expo and the air defense, or at least take out one of those buildings so that the hogs do not path across that position. So those are the goals, guys, and as you can see, the rage spell makes it very, very efficient to quickly kill the queen. Then he hops on the Valkyrie, and then the dragon here as the queen and the wizards quickly take care of that. Notice the golems off to the right now, guys. The jump spell would have been down for a while by now, and it's not always as quick when they go ahead and take out those buildings. But now you see them start to redirect and head into the backside of this base. Now let's watch that closely. In come the hogs now from the bottom left. We've got the wizard here that's taken down this air defense, so we've completely eliminated the defenses in this compartment, which neutralizes it. And then the same thing's going to happen up top here. Check out the golems. Here we go. In the first bomb gets triggered there. The second bomb's going to get triggered, and that's before the hogs even arrive. The first heal spell goes down to kind of negate some of the Barbarian King damage. And notice the queen has taken care of the mortar up here, and then the air sweeper, so now the hogs can path around any potential giant bombs in this situation. So heal spell goes down just in case they pathed over and caught a single bomb. They didn't, so essentially that heal spell was even worthless because he didn't catch anything. But that's pretty much it, guys. Quad Quake, start out with that. Make sure that you can path your way over the double giant bombs in the base. Try to get both sets if at all possible. It's going to take a good scout in order to make that happen, but I know you guys can do it. Use a rage for your kill squad. That's going to help them mow through that clan castle and queen much quicker, and also allow those golems, which ignore the clan castle and queen, it's going to allow them to push through the defenses in order to more quickly get to those double giant bombs, and you can more quickly start your hogs. Other than that, just save those heals, one for the last, the home stretch to get those hogs through that last side, and then use one of your heals through the highest concentrated defense in the base. And maybe if you've identified there's some single bombs or something, make sure that you get a heal spell down for that. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. This is Power Bang. If you like the video, hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. I've got some more cool stuff coming real soon. This is Power Bang, though. Signing out till next time, guys. Take care. Right up the gut of this base, assuming that wall is open, and you'll notice he's brought 3 wall breakers to make that happen.